Hello guys, hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name is Ekule Princely and I'm a seer. And this channel I especially deep mysteries and revelation. If you have any personal relationship with Christ, you may not understand me here, please. I'm sorry. Today my topic is about I'm proving that Africa is the lost tribe of Judah. Africa is the tribe of Judah. And here I have Jeremiah chapter 3. God has been opening my eyes to see the roots of Africans. Because Africans did not just wake up one day and become Africans. Why do Africans have the Jewish cultures in them? Because we were the tribe of Judah, and because God rejected us because we turned away from God. So we were separated from Israel. Judah is the sister of Israel. But it all began when God gave laws during the book of Leviticus and Exodus. In those books, God strictly gave instructions on anyone who disobey him. He rejects them. So I believe that's how Africans were rejected. We were rejected by God. But now God has accepted us because we are fully repented. So I'll read Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 6. Israel and Judah must repent. I'm saying, when Josiah was king, the Lord said to him, have you seen what Israel, that unfaithful woman, has done? She has turned away from me, and on every high hill and under every green tree she has acted like a prostitute. You realize, on every high hill and on every green tree she has acted as a prostitute. Look at the African tradition today. They worship trees, right? And they worship hills. But this is Israel. Let me continue. I thought that after she had done all this, she would surely return to me. But she did not return. And her unfaithful sister Judah. This is Africa. This is Africa. Every time you see Judah in the Bible, just put Africa there. And her unfaithful sister Judah saw it all. Judah also saw that I divorced Israel and sent her away because she had turned from me and had become a prostitute. But Judah, Israel's unfaithful sister, was not afraid. She too became a prostitute and was not at all ashamed. She defied the land and she committed adultery by worshipping stones and trees. African worship today, they worship trees and stones. That's Judah. And after all this, Judah, Israel's unfaithful sister, only pretended to return to me. This is why God rejected Africa, because they pretended to repent before God. But Israel did not pretend. Israel repented wholeheartedly. So they were accepted by God. Let me continue. She was not sincere. I, the Lord, have spoken. Verse 11. Then the Lord told me that even though Israel had turned away from him, she had proved to be better than unfaithful Judah. So Israel repented wholeheartedly, but Judah did not repent. Judah is Africa. Africa did not repent. Verse 12. He told me to go and say to Israel, unfaithful Israel, come back to me. I am merciful and will not be angry. I will not be angry with you forever. Remember, Jeremiah is talking with God. They're having a conversation. Verse 13. Only admit that you are guilty and that you have rebelled against the Lord. You are God. Confess that under every green tree you have given your love to foreign gods, and that you have not obeyed my commands. I, the Lord, have spoken. On verse 14. Unfaithful people, come back. You belong to me. I will take one of you from each town and two from each clan, and I will bring you back to Mount Zion. Remember, God said, I'll take one of you from each town and each clan. Meaning he did not forgive all of Israel. He took just certain people, 1 and 2, and formed a new Israel. I want you to catch what is happening here spiritually. Verse 15. I will give you rulers who obey me, and they will rule you with wisdom and understanding. Verse 16. Then, when you have become numerous in the land, people will no longer talk about my covenant box. Are you catching this? People will no longer talk about my covenant box. Which country talks about the covenant box now? Africa don't talk about covenant box. Israel presently, they don't talk about covenant box. Christians would never talk about the covenant box. Which means, prophetically, we are in the era where Jeremiah spoke. Jeremiah wrote. And we are now in that season. Follow up, please. They will no longer think about it or remember it. They will not even need it. Nor will they make another one. Nobody needs any covenant box now. Nobody. Verse 17. When that time comes, Jerusalem will be called the throne of the Lord. Jerusalem will be called the throne of the Lord, and all nations will gather there to worship me. They will no longer do what their stubborn they will no longer do what their stubborn and evil hearts tell them. This is Africa. Verse 18. Israel will join with Judah. Israel will join with Judah. Israel will join with Africa. Because Africa is the new Jerusalem. Africa will host the final coming of God. Africa will be the nation of Christ. Because God is coming for a nation. Africa will be that nation. Africa is the new Jerusalem. So Israel will join with Judah. Put Africa there if you have a pen. And together they will come from exile in the country in the north. Africa is now in exile in the country in the north. Where is the north? The Europeans and the Americans. So Africa is breaking free from every slave mentality. That's why I spoke earlier in some of my videos. I said the era of slavery is done. Because we have wholeheartedly embraced God in this generation. Africa loves God now. So Israel will join with Judah, and together they will come from exile in the country in the north, and will return to the land that I gave your ancestors as a permanent position. So the land of Africa is a permanent possession from our ancestors. From our ancestors. If you look at the Aaronite priests, right? If I go to Exodus, Leviticus, let me just choose one. You will see that you have the Aaronite priests. That's why we have priests. We call them traditional priests, Ezemos, because Nigeria they call them Ezemos. We see that the Aaronite priests, they practice the same whatever Aaron was doing. Aaron was doing is the same thing these priests are doing. But now that they now worship now other gods. They don't do it in the name of Christ. They do it now in the name of other gods, like devils. This makes God angry. That's why I said the African tradition is a Christian tradition, because it's the origin of what God intended for the Jewish people, Israel and Judah. So Africa is the lion nation. We are the lion nation. Africa is the lion nation because Africa is from the tribe of Judah. And Jacob spoke this prophetically. I believe it's in the book of let me see, Genesis. I'm thinking Genesis 39, something like that. When he blessed his 12 sons. Africa, Judah will host the royal scepter. Genesis chapter 39, verse, I think it should be verse 8 to 12. Read it. Okay. I love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe. I will reveal more mysteries and about the root of Africans. Okay. I love you all.